G'day and welcome to Game 3. First best of 3 we've had in the main event between OG and GaiminGladiators. GaiminGladiators took game 1.
10 seconds.
Oh, no, sorry, my mistake. OG took game 1. GaiminGladiators took game 2 in a comeback. And here we are in game 3. First bans from OG will be the Marcy and the Primal Beast, going back to the classic 1-2 banning combo. And Gladiators will remove, oh, interesting, the Razor and the Snapfire. First picks, Gladiators will grab the Undying. OG will return with the Naga Siren Jakiro. Now, Naga Siren was picked in their first game, I believe, and that was as a support. I think they picked Shadow Fiend as well. So similar draft to game 1, at least with the Naga and the Shadow Fiend in the first phase. Jakiro though for OG, so they must have valued what it did in that game too. I think it was pretty good. The Ice Path is a very strong spell. Good follow-up stun if you have some sort of initiation. And if you have a net into stun, that's pretty good. Secondary phase bans will be the Tidehunter and the Brewmaster, getting rid of the offlane heroes. I will note that Timbersaw has been left in the pool this time. First 2 games, I believe Gladiators banned out the Razor and the Timber. This time they got rid of the Razor and the Snapfire for obvious reasons, picking the Undying. You don't want the little shredder to come and shred your tombstone, so getting rid of that one. Sniper and Faceless Void and the Morphling, just heavy bans on the core heroes from GaiminGladiators in the second phase, whereas OG are more targeting towards the offlaners. And that's probably because the Shadow Fiend would be that safe lane Shadow Fiend as we've seen in game 1, or it could be the mid laner. I personally think it's probably better in the mid lane position. Putting everything on the back of the Shadow Fiend is a little bit, it becomes a little bit heavy for a Shadow Fiend because you get stunned once and that's just it. You have no natural defensive abilities. Everything is offense, and that's really more of a classic mid laner. And if you get caught, like we saw, like a Monkey King and a Slaughter, like we saw in game 1 from OG, you know, that's just it. Shadow Fiend can't fight into that, and will die.
10 seconds remaining.
Interestingly, Monkey King and Slaughter are both still available, and that's how OG dealt with the Shadow Fiend already today. So, Legion Commander banned out from OG as well. Invoker. It was the same draft. It's pretty much the same draft. It wasn't a Jakiro. I can't remember what their support was, their 5 was. But it was Naga, plus a support, plus Invoker, Monkey, Slaughter. And GaiminGladiators this time going for Undying Shadow Fiend. Let me just have a quick look what that game 1 was. There's some similarities to that game 1 draft. Yeah, it was the Snapfire. So the Snapfire got banned out this time. And yeah, it was Enchantress, Tiny, Underlord, Silencer for the side of GaiminGladiators. So Beastmaster for GaiminGladiators, they want their own form of hard lockdown this game. There is also the possibility that this Naga Siren is the one. And we're seeing a 1 Naga Siren, which I wouldn't be averse to at all. I think the 1 Naga Siren is very strong this patch. Gladiators grabbed the Disruptor. One of the meta picks, meta supports. The Glimpse. Not just good for pulling people back, but the Glimpse against TP rotations has been pretty significant as well. Someone TP's in, you just glimpse them back. And there goes that rotation. Excellent setup from the Primal Roar as well. So you roar someone, you throw the Static Storm in on top. They're silenced when the roar ends. They can't get out. And if you get to the Ag's Disruptor, they'll be muted as well. So no BKB, no abilities, no items are going to help you out in that situation. Are OG just going to go for the Slaughter here? They went for last time. They're probably making the decision at the moment, is this the core Naga? I think they're quite happy for it to be the support Naga. It played really well with the vision given by the vision given by the illusions, a little bit of extra minus armor, song to reset. You can get the shard and get that heal from the song. Pretty impactful as well. It's good. I know we used to see the it was the Meteor Hammer Naga and set it up after the song. Sand King this time. Ooh. Okay. Sand King is one of these heroes that feels real. It's almost a disruptor hero. It feels really strong when you're ahead, but when you're behind, you just don't. It just feels really bad. Like the epicenter just doesn't deal quite enough damage to get the burst. You know, there'll be counterplay to the Pyro Strike. There might be a Lotus Orb or, you know, 4 staffs to get someone out of the initiation. Playing behind as a Sand King is super sad.
GaiminGladiators turn to ban.
And the sandstorm damage just doesn't threaten enough for people to not want to be, you know, to get aggressive on you. All these little things that makes a big difference when you're behind on a Sand King. Not like being behind on a Beastmaster. You know, Beastmaster, you still have a Raw. So Raw will still be Raw no matter how many items you have. Monkey King banned out from GaiminGladiators. Lifestealer from OG. Now, I've been saying Dracho. Maybe it's Dracho? Dracho? I don't know. I did give my apologies at the start of the stream for that name. I'm not sure. Not sure.
OGs turn to ban.
Rid of the Bloodseeker. Okay. GaiminGladiators draft is looking okay. Depends if this is a safe lane Shadow Fiend. If this is a safe lane Shadow Fiend, I think they're in trouble. If it's a mid Shadow Fiend and they pick their own safe lane, I think they are looking a lot better in this draft. Gladiators. OG's last pick though. Monkey King's out, Faceless Void's out, no Morphling, no Bloodseeker.
GaiminGladiators turn to pick.
Udge banned. Ooh, that would have been dirty. So let's just think about Troll. Troll's pretty good against the Shadow Fiend Pos 1 because you can just get on top of him, bash him, root him in place. Very similar to how the Slider functions.
5 seconds remaining.
The side of Gladiators, something tells me this is going to be the safe lane Shadow Fiend again, and they're looking for a mid laner here. If they are looking for a mid laner, Puck's always very good. Storm Spirit's there again if they want to go back for that Storm Spirit. I don't think without the lifesteal you go back for the Storm Spirit. That was really the combo, the Infest Bomb with the Storm. That's what got the job done. There might be just a Void Spirit though. Void Spirit or an Ember wouldn't be bad. Void Spirit's pretty good against Jakiro Sand King. Pretty evasive.
OGs turn to pick.
Yeah, let's kick the Kunkka. Yeah, so I believe it'll be the mid Kunkka with the safe lane Shadow Fiend. Now that OGs see that, they have a little bit of time. They have 48 seconds reserve time to think about what they want to go for here. And
10 seconds remaining.
Slark seems risky with the Disruptor
5
ult.
seconds remaining.
PL against the Undying Tombstone. Decent against Kunkka with the Doppelganger. You can sort of dodge the X-Mark combo. Troll keeps coming back to me here. I think Troll's a decent pick. Pretty good against the Undying Tombstone as well. Ursa? Maybe it's Ursa. Actually, Ursa's now just hit me. Could just be an Ursa game. Good against Tombstone. If you get the Ace, you can activate during the Roar.
Mirana. You may now select your
Ooh,
heroes.
so it will be the one Naga Siren. Yep, okay. So they sold the bluff all the way through the draft, OG, and they go back for the one Naga Siren. Be Tiger on the Mirana, Misha on the Jakiro, and be the Siren number on the +1 position. Okay. Beside of Gladiators, Boom will take the mid Conquer. Dracho will have the Safe Lane Shadow Fiend, Ace on the 3 Beastmaster, and then Disruptor and Undying as the supports. Tofu and Celery taking up those. Okay. I am okay with this. I think post drafts are looking decent. OG's draft with the Naga Siren one, I think that's perfectly acceptable. I don't like the Safe Lane Shadow thing. I feel like teams have worked it out a little bit. I know for a while there it was sort of like a bit of a gotcha pick. Oh, we did Safe Lane Shadow Fiend. It surprised you. I think now though, it's seen the win rate of the Safe Lane Shadow Fiend has just dropped off a cliff in the last couple of days. But GaiminGladiators are persisting with it. They lost with it in game 1. Came back and won game 2 with the Lifestealer +1. And they've gone back to it in game 3. Now personally, I think probably should have put Dracho on more of a traditional 1 carry. He showed in game 2 that he can carry the game. But I guess with the timings they want to play with the Kunkka, doesn't want to go particularly late. More of that mid-game timing. Same with Beastmaster. Undying certainly wants to finish mid-game. This is a mid-game draft from GaiminGladiators. OG have the potential to play mid-game with Sand King Invoker, Hero Mirana, but they have that sort of late-game insurance with Naga Siren. I mean, I said that last game with the Faceless Void, and then Yuragi got caught 4 times. And let GaiminGladiators back into the match. So we'll have to see how this game goes.
Prepare for battle.
Physical damage done. I mean, well, we gotta go Yuragi, right?
Step lively now. Your admiral is on board.
Oh. They're both teams under the cover of smoke. This has really become the boring meta at the start of games. Everyone smokes out, everyone drops their wards, everyone tries to see where the others are. The one's been planted mid lane here, another up on the high ground. This ward here is a bit of a sneaky one, but it's been cool. Oh, look at this! Everyone queues up at the same time. Make sure they get that D ward. So one already down. One of OG's starting wards will be removed.
30 seconds to battle.
Otherwise, GaiminGladiators, I think they still have a secondary unless I just haven't spotted it.
I'm ecstatic.
I'm just blind. Clearly, can't see it unless he got D woods as well. Hey, might be a little bit of a rune contest here. Celery thrown out decay already. Who wants to have the level? Don't want to get the level of stun yet early unless they want to go for a kill. There's the razors from the SF plus the Thunderstrike. A lot of damage. And I think that'll be a couple of runes each. So in the mid lane, BZM on his Invoker. We're playing up against Boom's Kunkka. Up in the top lane, we'll see Amar on the Sand King, supported by Tiger on the Mirana. They're laning up against Celery on the 5 Undying, and Dracho on the 1 SF, just sniping out that range creep there with the arrow already. And we're going to see typical Undying lane. In the bottom lane, we see Yuragi on the 1 Naga Siren. He's got Misha on the Jakiro here, laying up against Ace on the Beastmaster, and 2 Tofu on the 4 Disruptor. Probably going to get that Aghanim Scepter at some point in this game. So as we can see already, mid lane 2 and 1, Kunkka 1 and 0, but he should have a few creeps coming towards him now. Okay. Be a lot of casual harass coming out here in this bottom lane, but not necessarily kill potential, maybe at least until a couple more levels. Mark with the level 1 in the Burrow Strike to get the Sandstorm. There is a sentry on Celery if that Sandstorm is thrown down. Tiger grabbing himself a creep there. Big creep, and we'll continue to bring the creeps on a journey. On a world of pure imagination. Just going to hold them there a little bit longer. And drag him behind the tier 2 tower. And he'll get some nice little free levels here with no contest, really. Because the Undying is a little too far away. And yeah, Amar will come back and get a little bit of XP as well. In fact, he'll come back and get all of it. Solar is making his way through. Continues to throw out those decays. Has another 3 mangoes to work with. But this core Naga, it's really strong actually. Bottom lane, the blocks coming out, the illusions. A bit more damage from the Riptide. Won't get Tofu down, but certainly did send him packing a little bit. Celery just doing Undying things, securing this top lane for the SF. Range creep will be taken again. Just making sure they get those range creeps in. Really value arrows from Tiger so far this game. Not necessarily getting kills, certainly getting his own levels and working towards making sure the lane XP is going towards Amar's favor. Lane level 4 on BZM, only 3 on Boom. BZM 10 and 3, Boom 12 and 3. So 12 and actually very even in the mid lane at the moment. It's the Naga Siren who's suffering a little bit in terms of last hits. Only 7 and 0. So the same last hits as the 4 Mirana has at this point in the game. So he's been struggling Yuragi down this bottom lane.
No. Step lively now. Your admiral is on board.
Tiger's just been yoinked in the last hits with this level 1 arrow. Stun comes in. There is an arrow to follow. Celery, Sunstrike. Oh, will just miss the mark. However, leaping forward, Tiger with the right clicks wants a little bit more. Salve is used, and first blood will go to Tiger with those leap charges. And the SF actually tanked the Sunstrike, so it did take a little bit of damage. It wasn't completely wasted. Stun actually coming in with now follow-up damage inside the Sandstorm with the arrow. 2 kills on this top lane, and you know, this SF, he gets stunned, he dies. That's how it happens. Misha just level 3 now, getting a little pull off, dragging the wave back. Wasn't a stacked pull, so the wave won't be denied, but does get the wave back under the tower for Yuragi for a little bit. Ace working towards the Helm of the Dominator, probably then the Helm of the Overlord. Not long after the double Chill Breath there, you'll love to see it. Good harass here from Misha in the bottom lane. Has a Clarity plus a stick to give himself a little more manga or a little more mana back. So with the, actually thinking about it, I think if they get him here with the stun combo, they can get the Sunstrike follow up. BZM has a Sunstrike. There it is. Arrow follow. Oh, actually they miss. The creep actually tanked the arrow, I believe. Tombstone dropped down. So didn't get the kill on the top lane this side for OG. Gaming Gladiators managed to sniff it out before it happens. Bottom side, Ace. A lot of illusions and the Riptide on him, giving him a taste of the beach. But still, only 15 last hits on Yuragi, so reasonably low to begin with, and he's getting harassed a lot in the lane. Like, Ace is getting reasonably low on mana, but he has 3 mangoes, so max axe build. An interesting way to approach this lane against the illusions, as opposed to the boar. Interesting. I want to see if he gets the 3rd level in axes. Instead of leveling up the boar or the inner beast. BD for BZM. Bottom lane. They end up getting the kill. that a point? Ah, yeah, there was a point in the ensnare. Okay. Uragi with the point in the ensnare does manage to get the kill on the Beastmaster in the bottom lane. Did take a lot of damage for it, but does get the kill. Much needed kill in this bottom lane for this Naga Siren, considering the good start that Gaming Gladiators had down there. Easy M. The DD. We'll just punch boom a little bit. Got to respect the DD, particularly if there was a cold snap. Cold snap with the Forge Spirit. Amar's been sort of found out in the trees by Celery, who's just on the dance. This is just round and, you know, ring a rosy. Something to that effect. Celery is just playing Tiggy with Amar at the moment. Just chasing him everywhere he goes. He's his shadow. He's an adoring younger brother, Celery of Amar at the moment. Just saying, I don't want you to go anywhere alone. A little bit of lag there. That should recover on the server end. And Misha's burnt through all of his regen in this bottom lane. Did go for the point in the Ice Path level 4. It's tempting to grab the Liquid Fire, and sometimes it is a little more valuable. Particularly if you're low on mana. Like, it just doesn't have the mana to cast this. Actually, Sunstrike catches on with the net, but it won't be enough damage. Ace is just turning with the axes. Now the glimpse back. Yuragi might be in trouble. Pops the wand, stun. We'll just turn them around. And now the TP comes in from Tiger. Has an arrow, double leap. Will he use the arrow? The Hawk's actually going to block it. And Tofu manages to get the kill over on the Misha. Jakiro falls. The dragon will be taken down. Up on the top side, Amar, there is a sentry. Tombstone is dropped. Up to the high ground he goes with the Bio Strike. TP out. The raise won't be quite enough. Back down on the bottom side, the Naga Siren actually goes down. Tiger can't do enough to save him. And this has been a good couple of minutes for Gaming Gladiators. Getting, sort of denying the kill to Tiger with that Hawk summon. And then forcing out TP top lane, and then getting the kill on the Naga bottom. Excellent little moves there. BZM, though, all the while this has been happening, has the Midas. Boots Midas, Null Tally, reasonable items at 8.5 minutes in. And he will continue to scale really, really quickly. Immense smoke now. There is the boat. 2 levels in X marks the spot. Celery doesn't have a tombstone, but 2 in decay. Amar's going to have to be careful. Holding his skill point, he shows. There is detection. There's the dust. They find him. X marks the spot. Can Amar play his way out of this one? No. The timing is there. Gets brought back. With the razors, they find the kill. Easy little kill on that top lane. Ace, thinking about using the Raw, did end up maxing those wild axes, or at least level 3. Wonder if he goes all the way to level 4. I mean, you got level 3, you may as well go all the way to level 4 at this point, don't you? Maybe not. Maybe that's greedy. There's certainly a different way to approach the lane for the Beastmaster against this Naga, just to deal with the illusions. And it's a pretty good way to deal with them, really.
Radiant are scanning.
Damage amp per axe up to 10%. There's the net. Arrow won't actually hit. It's blocked again. Stun comes out. And now with the stun as well from each of the Ice Path and the Sunstrike, they get the kill. But can they get the creep as well? It's a lot of gold. Ooh, plus 100. Plus 100.
Step lively now. Your admiral is on board.
Little free Midas there for Tiger on the Marana. Tombstone now is ready, and they're moving into this mid lane. Level 6 as well on Tofu, so Static Storm is online. Misha sets up, doesn't throw out the Macrophyte, and doesn't not at this point, but there's the Chaos Meteor. The Static Storm connects on nobody. Boat will come through, run buff being given over to Boom, so he'll be fine just to walk away. So ulti's committed in the mid lane, all for nothing at this point. Amar wants to throw out the high 5 at the moment. It's level 7, holding 2 skill points. We'll throw 8. Actually, level 8 is holding 2 skill points, still at 6. I mean, why you'd hold 2 skill points, I'm not good enough to know why. Honestly, I'm not good enough to know why you'd hold 2 skill points. He does commit them now. So one into Epi, one into Burrow Strike. Yeah, I'm gonna say that's slightly confusing. Beastmaster has the Fairy's Trinket, so yeah, it's an interesting build with the Wild Axes, Fairy's Trinket. These axes are going to deal a lot of damage. Blitz will come out. Pretty safe push here from GaiminGladiators. They have the Tombstone to drop if there's any fight that comes around. It's level 2. Ultimate ready as well with the Flesh Golem. Level 1 in the Unit Beast, provide a little bit more attack speed. And yeah, this tier 1 tower should go down. OG are trading on the top side as well. Amar gets the last hit. Will the last hit be claimed? Ace, yep. Excellent. Level 4 axes would instantly kill the range creep. It's a nice timing. Won't do it forever, but certainly good for the time being. Mid lane, there's a smoke, boom, tries to catch Yuragi. They've got the real one with the boat coming through. Tombstone dropped as well. There's a static storm. Now, thing about the Requiem, I don't think they even need it. The razors will be enough. Four out of the 5 members of GaiminGladiators come here. Epicenter used with the Blink Dagger follow-up, but the Glimpse actually sent him back. I think he'll still die to the fire damage of both the Meteor and the Macropire. Tofu walking in now, Tiger. He's in the middle, did manage to get the kill onto the Tombstone with the attack speed buffs. He's chased down now. We'll throw out one more Starstorm for a little bit of harass, but this tier 1 tower going to be claimed by GaiminGladiators. They take the fight. Yeah, you killed the SF. You really lost 4 for that. And the glimpse on Amar sent him back. He got that Blink Dagger initiation with the Epicenter, but Tofu just said, no. Go back. Go back from whence you came. GaiminGladiators looking good in the early game. Thinking about the items that these teams are going to be building towards, we just have to wait to see if Tofu wants to rush the Aghanim Scepter. It is pretty common on these sort of 4 disruptors to go straight in for it. Just got a casual win lace for the time being. Ace, obviously, Helm of the Overlord, only 300,000 odd gold away. Oz 1 SF. Wants to get the stat efficient build, got the Mask of Madness, working into Dragonlance. Wants to have plenty of stats. Undying will pretty much get whatever you can. He's very slow farmer as support. Pretty much gets nothing. Meta Boots will be probably all he has for quite a while. On the bottom side though, they found Kunka. The arrow did miss. Boat buff will come a little too late. And the tips to each other there, seeing that arrow did miss on a stationary target, so... Oh, actually... There's a stack here. They have Epicenter. They don't want to try and take it. Instead, taking the top lane. BZ has been caught inside the static field. He will go down. Stun. Fire strike from Amar. Won't actually find Tofu. And now instead, Celery's chasing through with the zombies chasing. And the Flesh Golem. The glimpse back in. Mishra will go down. And... I mean, did he time that glimpse? I think he actually timed the glimpse. The Burrow Strike got him away. The start of the Burrow Strike was when he got glimpsed, but the end of the Burrow Strike was when he wasn't. So, excellent little timing there from Amar to avoid that glimpse. Back towards these Ancients though. Got vision up. I think they're considering Epicenter to take this down. Boom's on his way over.
Radiant's middle tower.
They're just going to try and kill this Kunka with the follow-up arrow. The damage coming through. Will there be enough? I think there's one more right click with the Tumbler's Toy. They'll get the job done. You can see the amount of damage this Marana and Sand King can output. If they get the follow-up stuns, I'm thinking about this. I think they're going to try and take it. There it is. Popping the Sandstorm. It is level 4. Tiger has a level 4 Starstorm if he wants to try and use it. They need to do this quick, because Ace is on his way over. Try and get... This is pretty big from the side of OG. Raw jumped in from the Marana, and that'll be a dead Marana, but did make enough space for Amar to finish off the stacks and get his way away. Helm of the Overlord ready. So we got the Black Dragon online for Ace. Very big power spike now for GaiminGladiators. And immediately they head to the Roche Pit. They've realized how strong they are at the moment. Epicenter is down. They have Static Storm. They have the Helm of the Overlord. Tombstone is not ready for 70 seconds. Actually, no, it's been floated right there. I think it will be ready. It's on the top side. They've caught PZM. Double smokes. Cyclones will be used, but he's under the vision of the Thunderstrike. And there's no way he's getting out of this one with the X pulling back in. So GaiminGladiators take the Roche, and they get the kill on the Evoker in the top lane. BZM, Midas at least, is on cooldown, working towards that BKB next. And this early game is starting to turn more and more in GaiminGladiators' favor. Now with an Aegis on the SF, he can survive the initiation and sort of bait himself as this big juicy target that can be killed just to come back a second time. And OG, I believe if they take that bait, they'll probably just lose the team fight. BKB on Boom. He's incredibly strong now. They actually found the catch again. And this is a dirty chase lineup. You look at Glimpse and X. Glimpse and X is just on the same team, as well as with the Hawk. GaiminGladiators draft this game. It's very much associated around vision. Hawk can give vision, Tombstone can give vision, Thunderstrike can give vision. And they're just going to abuse that vision advantage to get catches with the Glimpse and the X marks the spot. That's the plan at the moment. And OG, they can't fight up against it. Not until Yuragi comes online. Now, Yuragi has been farmed. Manta, working towards the Skadi. It will be a little bit more time, but it is coming along. But I don't think GaiminGladiators are giving them a choice. They're just coming high ground. Macropie will be dropped to try and buy a little bit of time here. X is used on the Mirana. Tiger manages to make it away. There's a little bit more fire on the deck from the Black Dragon. And this is just all delay tactics from OG. They're just trying to make as much time as they can for Yuragi to come online. This smoke might be specifically to try and catch the Naga Siren. Lost for Stone. Hero will probably love that one. And now Yuragi's going to get out of here. The smoke's come out. They found the Raw onto the catch of the two supports. And actually with the net, this might just be a death onto the Disruptor. So, nice little turnaround there from Yuragi, showing the illusions in. Song will be used, gets him back up to the high ground. Now, I don't know if there's anything stopping GaiminGladiators from just going to the high ground once again. Macropie will be ready in 20. Amar's trying to cut. Sees the creep wave. He got there a little late. If he goes for that now, he will die. There's a courier in here. Dual Scepter. Probably cut the next wave. Just try and delay this push a little bit. But the high ground, it's being threatened. There's the damage coming out. Arrow, they're trying to get the first death. But remember, there is 2 lives on it. We'll take a lot of tick damage from the Macropire. It's Vodska, welcome into the stream. Yeah, I'm not 100% well yet, but I thought I'd have to give it a whirl today. I'm missing out on TI if I didn't. Arrow catches again onto the SF, but really any follow-up. Minute 30 still on the Aegis. Can't kill him twice. It's all on Yuragi this game. I mean, it was all on him last game, and he fell to the pressure. This game maybe with the Naga Siren. Close to the Skadi. Got the one ultimate orb, working on the second one now. But will there be enough time for this Naga Siren to do what she needs to do? They still hold the racks. I think if OG hold their racks against this first Aegis push, they're going to be pretty happy with that. Another minute to go. Creep wave was cut on the top side by Amar. They're just halting GaiminGladiators' advance a little bit. They've actually caught the Beastmaster with the follow-up arrow and the stun from the Ice Path up on the high ground. X-Mark has been used. They found the Mirana. Actually, the fear coming out from the SF, but just get the Mirana. Actually not too bad, really. Epicenter being charged up. They've caught the backlines. Sunstrike as well. Not enough damage, but maybe the Macropie will. They've caught the Undying as well as Tofu. Tofu manages to get off the Stake Storm, does miss on everything. But now the BKB from this SF, the Song. Follow up, immediate stun from Misha. Ice Path, they've got the first death. Uragi came back to fight. Booms hanging off to the side, trying to get the stuns out. But with the Ice Path on the deck from the respawn, that's a dead SF. And I'm having flashbacks to game 1. BZM now tipping forward, trying to catch on the move. Body block. Tommy, he's got no mana. Forge Spirits as well now. Is there an ice cold snap? No, there isn't. I'm having flashbacks to game 1, where this SF tried to hit high ground and gets stunned once and just dies. You see how fragile this safe lane SF is. There's a reason why safe lane SF has been losing in the last few days. Teams have figured it out. Pick some nice chain stun, lock it down. You've got the ice path for when he respawns. There's just nothing that he can really do. And with the illusions on top of him from the Naga Siren, maybe they didn't expect Uragi to come back at that point before the Skadi. Maybe they thought they had until Skadi, that OG didn't want to fight them when the Aegis was still up. And now the Skadi's online, Uragi with these illusions are actually going to start to threaten a lot in the fights. Not just farm quickly, but threaten particularly the supports and even the cores. Now, this Beastmaster's not going to be able to really deal with all these illusions coming at him. I think triple raises will still kill the illusions. Maybe even double raise. Boom. Phase booting forward. BKB is down under 8 seconds. Has used the 9-second charge. And 2-man smoke now from Misha and Amar. Got a gem. Have the epi. Need a level 1 in the macro. Uragi's farming this side of the map, so it's a pretty safe smoke. They're sort of smoking to their core. Check the high ground for any vision. Throw down a ward in the mid lane. Didn't find anything around.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
GaiminGladiators are playing very well sort of on the right hand side of the map at the moment. However, Amar will pop, finds support, goes for the Undying, try and clean him out. No tombstone. No tombstone in that fight, and definitely the right call there, actually. Catching with the net. Float buff will come through. Song under the middle of the fight. There's a big Requiem that's being charged up. The fear comes out. 1, 2. Not the third raise. It won't be enough damage, and really, this SF has to be careful now. With the follow-up stun, there's an epicenter as well. Catching on 2 Sunstrike, and they've segmented off the rest of the fight. GaiminGladiators, they got to run. He's being netted though. Stun coming out from the Ice Path, and oh no, he's in all sorts of trouble. Chaos Meteor coming through. And OG are now charging forward. And the voice lines show it might not be the same OG of old, but the voice lines indicate that there's still some of that same spirit there in them. GaiminGladiators just being sort of outplayed in these team fights at the moment, and SF went in, got off the Requiem, didn't get the kill onto the Naga, and it was all downhill from there. Yeah, it's Vodka. OG, OG, OG. We got OG fans in the house today. any GaiminGladiator supporters? BZM, not even at the 80% Chaos Meteor damage yet either. And that's going to be a huge spike in damage to get that bonus Chaos Meteor. But GaiminGladiators want to strike back immediately. Smoking forward to the Roche pit. No Roche for 2 minutes 28. They see it with the Hawk. Counter smoke now from OG. BZM's in the base, covering a little bit of mana. I'm sure this is a fight they want to take. There's no Requiem for 2 seconds. It will be available. Off to the side. They've caught Mirana. Stun. Follow up from Amar. Double as well. Macropie with the Sunstrike. Trying to get Ace down, but he pops the BKB and the Raw around on Amar. Song to try and save. I'm not sure it's going to be enough self-heals. BKB ult from the side, though the SF lets it go. It is 1-for-1 trade. Retreating further off to the side. Can OG get their members out? BZM, though, maybe he wants to keep fighting. There's the glimpse back. And you can't run away from this side of GaiminGladiators. That's probably a piece of learning from this fight for OG. But if you're going to commit to a fight against this draft, you cannot get away. If you choose to go in, that's your choice. BZM actually just lost the courier with the Lincoln's recipe. Because the glimpse will catch you, the X will catch you. If you don't commit, then there's no way out. You will have casualties as you go backwards. And that was the gem. That's a huge catch. Sunstrike to scout out the pit. They'll see no Roshan yet. Still another minute away. All the while, though, Yuragi's climbing up the net worth charts. So is BZM. Getting closer and closer to his next item. In fact, I thought he should have something by now. Maybe not just yet, but getting close to this butterfly. Still, GaiminGladiators are just holding this high ground. They want to hold this high ground so they can section off the Roshan. Certainly dropping the gem. Maybe could have been a play that Amar could have done there, but didn't think of that in the time. And Roshan, close, 16 seconds. GaiminGladiators, they're sacrificing a lot of farm on the map. Look at the waves. They're pushed right into their base. I mean, look what they've lost on the map because of their waiting around Roshan, and now OG is smoked anyway. So OG took the whole map, pushed in all the waves, and now they still get to fight Roche. GaiminGladiators, they just sat here for the last 2 minutes. Sunstrike, 2, scout out, there's the double one with the Echo. Macroplier on top, stuns. BKB now will let it go, the Requiem, but BKB from BZM is just going to counter it out. Ragi now with the song. And BZM grabs the Aegis actually in the middle of the fight. They'll kill off the Tombstone. Tiger with the arrow will follow through. The SF will fall. And there's further catches off to the side. Misha with the Ice Puff. BKB, TP from Ace. And
We won somehow.
easy fight there from OG. I mean, they just outplayed GaiminGladiators around the map in those last few minutes. GaiminGladiators was so content on just holding the triangle of OG for that entire last minute that they just gave everything. They gave the entire... Actually, arrow catches. I think they can get the Undying. Undying's dead. No buyback. They just gave up the entire map, and look for the creep waves. They're already at the base because the illusions were pushing them in the whole time. Axis will try and clear out the illusions. Lift will be used, but I mean, that's pretty much everything OG wanted from that. They grabbed the Aegis. Now, I didn't see the shard. I think maybe it was grabbed by BZM as well. He does have a shard on him. He didn't have it before, I believe. So, quite possibly that shard was grabbed from the Roshan as well. So, getting everything. GaiminGladiators lost the whole kit and caboodle. Tiger getting a nice little D-Wood. Has the Wraith Pact online. 2.8k gold. So, working towards his next item. Might just be a 4-staff. Maybe a Glimmer. Something to protect his cause. Maybe in a Yule's. To dodge out this Requiem. And this safe lane Shadow Fiend, it's just encountering the same problems as he had before. If he gets caught, if they get on top of the Shadow Fiend, he just dies. He will not survive. OG's movements. Coming out. Oh, this is going to be Aghanim Scepter from Tiger. Oh, additional burst. And 10k net worth lead now to OG. Yuragi won't have the issue he had in game 2 with his main hero. He doesn't have to threaten, doesn't have to have his main hero threaten to farm. He can just send the illusions out. This is the solution to Yuragi's game 2 issues. Just give him a hero where he has illusions. He doesn't need to have the main hero in striking range. Dream will clear the mid wave. Has an AC ready now as well. Down to a 6 second. Yeah, down to a 6 second BKB. Has been fully used. And 4-man smoke with the Moonlight Shadow. Amar leading forward, looking to get the Blink Burrow Strike. Smoke now as well. They're going to meet each other. There's the Heck. Double Blink Burrow Strike. They catch on to 2. Static Storm's going to whiff in the back of the platform. KP from Ace and Boom. Suns. Misha will whiff with the Ice Path, but back into the middle of the fight. There is a Sunstrike. Catches. BKB is used from the SF. They're chasing forward with BZM. He needs one more right click. He does cancel the BKB. Pops the Satanic. Turns around. Ice Path on the deck. But now Yuragi's arrived. And the Naga Siren's here. I'm going to come sing you to sleep, he says. And the song catches in the sidelines. There's no escape. The Siren will have its prey. Celery says, quiet. Quiet. I'm invisible.
Radiant's bottom
I'm invisible.
tower is under attack.
And up to the top lane, BZM goes. Kunkka is in the area. He's got an Aegis, so probably happy to die here. Until he catches him with the Cyclone. X-Mark has been used now with the triple. Extra damage, actually dodges through all of them. Blinks off to the side. BZM just styling at the moment. All the while, Yuragi finds the kill on the Undying, who just must have wandered back through the middle of the lane. BZM back onto the racks. He's clicking. Probably wants to die even just to get the full respawn, get the health and mana back. And Yuragi's hitting the bottom racks. BZM's hitting the top. And Amar's in the middle. I mean, they're pushing all three lanes right now. Cyclone again. And BZM probably wants to die here. To this bottom side. Oh, plus gold right there. 250 gold. Upside, BZM does use the Aegis. Can they get the follow-up? There is the Static Storm sitting on top and the Roar. They're going to use 3 ultimates to take down the Invoker, and they get the catch back. Oh! The Sparrow Strike dodge. Yuragi, he's just going to song and leave. And get this, and get the melee racks. Get the melee racks. No, he's not going to go for it. Okay. So they get 3 tier 3 towers there. But the racks will heal. At least the melee racks will heal. They don't actually get any permanent structural damage done from OG. But the dodge from the Burrow Strike on the Glimpse, Amar, he's got it down to a fine art now. Now that Static Storm, it's not going to have an Ags upgrade anytime soon, unless there's a free Ags given from the Roshan. I did end up going for the drums, 4 stuff, some more of the Aura support build rather than going for that Aghanim's Static Storm. Heart Butterfly. Oh my goodness. Last time I checked, Yuragi was working on the Butterfly. He now has the Butterfly and the Heart. I'm not sure there's a way they actually bring him down now. The illusions by themselves will be very, very tanky. I believe the supports of GaiminGladiators will have trouble killing these illusions. Let's just see how tanky they are. They take the hit. Oh, and the torrent. I mean, look at this. Yeah, these illusions are now a serious issue for the side of Gladiators. Particularly Tofu and Celery. They're not going to like being chased down by these Naga illusions. It's not going to feel good as you get herded back to your base. But now the smoke comes again from OG. Smoke from GaiminGladiators as well. They're running straight towards each other. Booms leading the charge. It will pop. Yuragi is seen. However, Moonlight Shadow is used. Up on the high ground. GaiminGladiators are claiming it. Limps actually catches them back. Tiger, he doesn't have a BKB. Drops down the Wraith Pack, plus 100 gold. Thank you very much. Although, OG might still look to fight. They get him with the Burrow Strike. Amar trying to dodge off to the side. Requiem is used. Tombstone on the deck. I want to use this Tombstone. I want to kill this Tombstone. They can't get it done, actually. Stun. Macropie catches onto 2. Cyclone coming through as well. The Tombstone's still hitting. But there's a Static Storm. Catches on none of the main heroes. It's all just illusions. Ace gets the kill on Jakiro. Back to the side of the fight. The Chaos Meteors will deal a lot of damage. But BZM is still holding on to the BKB if he needs it. Just using that Lincoln Sphere for the time being. 2 dead on OG. GaiminGladiators taking the fight how they want to do it. 3 cores alive for OG, but they're probably okay with that. They didn't get the kill on the Tombstone. I believe if they killed the Tombstone inside the song, they probably would have committed for that fight. But because the Tombstone didn't go down, I think they just made the call to back out, which is probably the right thing to do. The Naga Siren song to kill Tombstone is one of those classic counters. Obviously, the Tombstone isn't put to sleep, isn't put immune. But still a 14k net worth lead for OG. I think they cut their losses there without losing too much, basically. That was the right call for them. But still, GaiminGladiators get something out of it. When you're behind, you'll take the scraps. Silver Edge, so the break is up and online. Break isn't really going to do a lot. Break is really impactful when there's something that's going to keep a hero alive. Like the Riptide's going to stop damage being dealt, but not actually keep Nagasaren alive. So yeah, the break this game isn't too good. Silver Edge is still just a decent damage item. Good damage, gives you the invisibility. You know, it's a good item. Both teams just holding off to the side of the fights at the moment, waiting for the other to jump. Now, you've got to remember this: the base of GaiminGladiators is open. 3 tier 3s have already fallen. Range racks have been damaged. If there's a fight taken by OG here, the base will fall very, very quickly. Moonlight Shadow used from OG. They're looking for a jump. Tiger throwing the sentries down everywhere. Everyone's got their own sets of vision. Two boars will be taken out. They look like wolves. And GaiminGladiators just playing on this high ground. They say we're not going to come and fight anywhere. We are fighting here on this ward. Hobbs will be taken down. Arrow. And they get rid of this, this dominated creep. Does just take a new one. Takes himself the Alpha Wolf. For more damage. Didn't feed the gold over. Sunstrike being used to give vision up on the high ground. Arrow again. Ooh, almost killed the wolf. And this is just a tense moment in the match. Both teams knowing exactly where the other team is and not willing to take a fight that isn't in their favor. OG, they feel the cusp of this game. They feel that they can move forward in this series, move on to the next series and progress in this TI. The only thing standing in their way is a very resilient, very stubborn GaiminGladiators squad who do not want to give up their TI dreams so easily. Illusions will come forward and scout out. Arrow again. Through the middle of the team. Walk being sent forward. Roshan, as spawned, Iragi is so huge. Has his own 9-second BKB, and GaiminGladiators is just walking in, not even under the cover of smoke. On the backline, Ace has been caught by Song. 2 takeouts. Tombstone, no Tombstone, and the Undying's just going to die probably off the bat. Actually, he's living a little bit longer. May got the run buff raw on the backline, but it's just on a Jakiro. Meanwhile, Boom will now pop the BKB and is going to work on supports on the backline. It's 2 dead. Buybacks immediately from both sides. Iragi's in the middle of the fight. He's on top of the SF. With the illusions, it's too much damage. There's no buyback from this SF, and now Iragi moving forward. The Cyclone will catch onto 2. The only thing holding him back at the moment is the kinetic field. Net going forward. Ice Path on the backline. Misha, he's come around. It's the pincer movement. The Jakiro, the Dragon's flown through. Stun up onto the high ground from Amar. Ace is being taken down. Ice Path will get the job done, and now they charge forward. They're going to take Roshan. They're going to take the base. OG are feeling very dominant in this game right now. Already the top lane, Range Rax has been claimed. And Amar and Misha are heading forward. Oh, it's an interception. That's where the damage was coming from. I called for it last game from Misha. I got it this game. You love to see the pure damage. This is the classic. This is the Ags and Shard build. You love to see it. Buyback now from Kunkka. I mean, it's not going to really save this Rax. Aegis on the Naga. We'll swap out the BKB for the time being. Refresher on BZM. Oh no. This is a free refresher for BZM's Invoker. He's going to go ham. Back in the back line. The stun does catch Hex as well. Follow-up stun. And the Meteors crashing down to earth. Soleri, he's caught in the pure damage macro. Can he make it back to base? He's being chased down. Boom. Throws out the defensive boat. Song as well. They're catching everyone inside. There's the stun onto 2, but BKB immediately from the SF. Trying to force Uragi back. Remember, he's got the second life. Boom. We'll use the X. Pulling back in with the stun. Tries to Manta dodge it. The illusions do, but the main hero doesn't. Now, the double heroes. Fire strike as well with the sun coming out from the Ice Path. BKB from Boom. There is a static storm down, but it's just on illusions. There's not even any errors in there. Uragi's still alive, remember, with the secondary life. And there's the refresher from BZM, throwing out all the damage. Oh, there's no way you survive from that. You just die inside the fountain. They're 1 dead, 2 dead. They're full staffing outside the base. 3 dead. Into the well they go. Ace is being farmed in the fountain. GG is called. And OG are progressing to the next round of TI. Gaming Gladiators will be taken out. Oh, there's a pause. Misclick. Oh, misclick. Oh, oh. A little bit of BM there. We've already seen it once with a previous match. Hopefully Reddit doesn't flare up too much. Congratulations to OG.